Right then. Make sure you have a bit of space, nice clear bit of room. Let's do usual warm up, knees up to the front. Drop those arms as well. Now get the legs really warm as we're going to be doing a lot of kicking. Put your legs back. Who's that? Hello, Stephen Yardley. Who's that? Twist. Knees up. Twist back. Twist. Twist back. Twist. Knees up. Twist. Knees up. Okay, arms punching forward. Knees to the front. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that's one foot to the other. Okay, I'm going to bring one knee up to the shoulder. You do 10 on one side, 10 on the other side. Then we're going to do alternates. So right leg first, going up to your shoulder. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Two sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, make it the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's do a bit of mobility stuff then. Pick your knee up to the front, roll it out and down. Switch legs, one side and the other. Here we go. Go as wide as you can. Get full circles. You need to do this, hold on to something, go for it. The other way, so you go out to the side and roll to the front. I'll just get the inside of the groin. A big step over. Okay, back in your toes. Okay, before we start extending something, okay, we're going to do some leg exercises. So 10 squats, 10 jump squats, 10 burpees, 10 tuck jumps. If there's any of those exercises you can't do, okay, change it to something you can do. If you find jumping difficult, just do, rather than jumping squats, just do normal squats. Okay, so you want good range of motion on the hips, knees in line with toes, back up straight. Ready? 10 squats, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take above the head, jump squats, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Burpees. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Tuck jumps to finish off. Let's go. Knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And shake it off.
You can tell tuck jumps were made by people that didn't have hair.
Okay, over to you, some light stretching.
Okay, so at this stage of the game, no points.
Hello, Millie.
Oh, hello, Millie.
Andrew Manners. Kobe's there.
Andrew, be careful with your back. There's a good boy.
Yeah.
So, this stage of the game, no point pushing for flexibility because you're not really warm enough to not hurt yourself. So, we're going to start.
Hello, Becky. Welcome to join us as well.
Feet apart.
Right.
You should be. Bend your knees. Put your elbows on the inside of your knees and push out. If you want a little extra stretch, turn the toes out. And I'm rocking very gently. I'm not bouncing my way into any stretches. I'm going to start working my way downwards. A little bit up.
Those guys have already been on here. Anytime you get a little break, if you can share this video, that'd be fantastic. Okay, so share out, get everyone know this is happening.
Drop down to one side. Try in this stretch to keep your heels flat. Okay, don't come up on the ball of your foot. Try and push yourself over. Sit that heel into the floor and open this knee out. Change sides. I know. Throw it easy into it. So now you're going to bring your feet in a little bit closer together. Turn your toes out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to squat into it. Praying hands. And I'm going to use it to push myself out. I'm going to get my butt as close to my heels as I can. If you want to do a little rock, you can do a little rock. Okay, hands on the floor, push yourself up. Okay, one leg out, toes up.
Hello, Christina.
Hands on your supporting leg. Okay, don't lean on your front knee.
Hello, Amanda. Today. What's this?
Don't tell me, I don't want to know.
Is that my Amanda?
Please don't tell us, Amanda. If it involves poo, wee, sick, I don't want to know. Okay, turn the toes flat, push down, and toes up again. Change legs, toes up. This is just a little one for the hamstrings. Toes down, and toes up again. Okay, now, you can hold a wall for this, you can hold a partner, but just one last little stretch before we make a start on the pivoting exercises. Foot, pull it into your butt. Try and pull your knees together, push your hips forwards. It's not COVID. Change legs. And just one more before we move on. Just mobilise our lower back a little bit. Okay, just a few twists from the waist. Have your lower back close to the idea.
Careful, Andy. Keep telling you.
Just bear in mind, Andy, if it ends in tears, normally it's pretty bad. If it ends in tears now, there'll be a lot of them. Okay. Right, just give yourself a little shake off. Right, now we're into Mr. Banks for the first pivoting exercise. Yep. Now this is important because this is where knees need to be to survive.
Okay. Right, so just so we're not grinding one foot constantly there, we're going to go forward, and if you've got limited space, you're going to bring your knee up, turn your foot, land down, and skip back. Okay, if you have more space, you can keep going forwards with it every time. Now I'm going to do it sideways here. The foot on the floor is the important bit. Okay, this helps your hips open up to get the kick. Okay, so the further my foot stays forwards with the kick, the slower my roundhouse is going to be. The further I get it round and drive the knee up, so it's automatically higher. So if I'm trying to get that extension, the further I get it round, the further the kick will be, so higher kick will be. There. Okay? So if I turn it towards you, 90-degree turn, my leg goes to there, so it extends. If I get my foot to go all the way around, so you see it's significantly higher. Okay? So we're not worried about the kick yet, we're worried about getting the knee up. Again, common thing I see is this. So the leg comes across the side. Now all it does is lock there, look, it doesn't go any higher, I can't even pull it up. If I get my knee to go up, look how high my knee can go. Body up straight, okay? From there, as I bring it in, I'm going to breathe in and turn my foot. There, my elbows are in, so there's no doing this, okay? So, that's straight on.
Can I just make a point with this? When we talk about the foot pivot, I see some people, particularly inexperienced people, try and go the other way with this. I don't know why you would, but I just want to make it clear that when you pivot, your heel is coming through your centre line. So if this right leg is the leg that I'm kicking with, my heel is tracking my leg. So it follows it through. Don't try to pivot your foot the other way. I have seen it done. It rarely has good results.
Okay. Hey Lewis and hey Kerry, thanks for watching. So, Master James going to be facing you. I want to do it sideways to get the idea of perspective of the both.
Are we doing it on the spot? So?
We're going to do it on the spot as much as you can. So bring it up and I'm going to step forward, just to make it a little bit easier. If you want to make it harder for yourself, bring it up and then drive it back. Okay? So I want to do it the lower basic way. Master James wants to do it the harder way as you can. Okay, so I'm going to bring my knee up, pivot, bring it down. Let's get back now and do the other leg. 2. Down. 3. Other leg. 4. 5. Already get that twist. You've already got to push just quick with that leg. 6. 7. 8. 9.
I got a random kick there.
And 10. Cool. Okay? So hopefully that should give you the idea of going for that there. If you feel you need to do more, keep going through There, you get that pivot on your foot, it's going to improve your roundhouse kicks massively. Okay, you're going to get higher, you get more extension, it's going to feel more comfortable.
Right, the next pivoting exercise. Right, so this is what we practice.
Great, James. Sorry, can't help it.
It's like taking an overexcited toddler out, just waving to everybody. It doesn't matter if he knows them or not, just waving at everybody. Okay, this is one we picked up when we were training over in America, AMCOR. So everyone who did this before, I apologise, because you know exactly what's coming. Given the limited space that some of you probably have, we're going to do this on the spot. I'm going to show you from the side though. So one of the key things with roundhouse kicks is obviously picking your knee up, but the other is pulling your foot in tight to your butt. Just for example, borrow Sir's face. Okay. If I pick my knee up and my foot is here, that's the distance it travels to his face. If I pick it up and my foot is here, that travels a long way and therefore generates more momentum towards his face. It also gives me time to change my mind if I need to. If my foot is here and he moves out of range, I don't have to throw it. If I've got it to here, my weight's already going to propel me forwards. And as you know, there's consequences to falling in front. So we're going to start by grabbing your ankle and pulling your foot up to the side of you. Okay. I'm going to pull my foot, once I've got it up there, as far behind me as I can. And then I'm going to pivot round with the leg there. This is quite difficult. So those of you who are really struggling, start by picking it up to the side and pivoting round with it there. Those of you who are high enough level, you can start facing the other way. Foot into butt, walk it round. Okay, put it down, and the other leg. Pick it up behind you, in tight, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. Okay, so we're going to start with 5 on each leg. So I'm going to pick it up behind you, walk it round. There's 1, other leg, pick it up behind you, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. 2, other foot, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it, walk it. 3, and all we're doing, those of you who are struggling with the walking, is toe to heel. Little 7 C's twist. So left leg, pick it up, try and get the knee nice and high. Ooh, that was just my terrible leg. 4, back to the right leg, pick it up, start walking. 5, you can tell which side's my favourite. Left leg up. I know, this one's broken toe. Walk it round. 6, right foot up, walk it round. 7, left leg up, walk it around. 8, pick your right leg up, walk it round. 9, pick your left leg up, walk it around. 10. Okay, I believe I've got the next one. No. So now we're going to go down onto the floor, some floor exercises. The beauty of floor exercises, you can think about technique because you haven't got to think about balance.
Well, welcome to the video as well, Mr. Hughes and Mr. Collie as well. Okay, right, so ideally if you've got a rug or a yoga mat to lie on, but you're not going to be down here for too long, what we're going to do is practice extending our legs without having to worry about holding the position up. Okay, so if you would like to be facing towards the camera, okay, so you lie down completely arm to your side there, or if you want to sit up a little bit, that's fine. Okay, so the leg, just as we've just done, the legs going to come to the back here, as if we bring it to the floor this way. The knees pointing straight up. Now you haven't got to worry about balancing as you go to this position here, because you've got all the support that way there. Okay, and you're going to extend your leg up that way. Okay, again, depending on flexibility, so it can be higher or lower for you. Okay, but we're getting that idea of completely straightening the leg without having to worry about so much trying to hold the leg up and extend out like this. Okay, sometimes if you're a little bit of balance is off or anything like that, it's going to struggle. And the foot's going to go backwards, and you put it down the floor. Okay, bring the knee up. Okay, there, again, the knee is, so there's the body here, the knee is this way here, extend, in, and down. Okay, so I'll be facing the other way, so it looks like a 1980s aerobics class. So, you start with any leg, you can do both legs 10 times. So, comes up, knee up, point to the seam. So look, I bring the knee straight this way here. Okay, extend. Bring it in and down. What's 1, 2, up, extend, down. 3, extend, down. 4, up, extend, down. You notice I'm pointing my toes this way to help get maximum stretch. Bring it up, extend, 5, in and down. Up, extend, 6, down. Up, extend, down. 7, I think. Up.
Yes.
Thank you. 8. So I need someone in here to help go down. Okay, up. 9. Down. And last one. Up. 10. Down. And then switch. Same thing. Put the top there. Relax to the side. Watch my knee come up. 1. Extend. In and down. 2. In and down. 3. In and down. So as this leg's going out, I'm breathing out. 4, so I'm breathing out there. Don't hold your breath. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. And down. Go. And up. We go.
Okay, can you give us another shake out?
Here's a drink if you need one.
Right, so.
Hello, Laura.
Hey, Shetster, my weird reading material on Facebook advert friend. I don't know why, I don't know how. Low, middle, high. Again, this is one of those moments where leg retraction is critical, absolutely critical, because a lot of people throw it out there and there's no pulling it back, which means you have 0 options. Once that kick is gone, it's gone. You have no backup plan. Whereas if you are good at retracting, you can bail before the kick, you bail out well after the kick, or you can kick again. So you can use a partner for this, you can use a wall for this, we'll show you both. The partner version, for those of you who have family members, my right hand goes to his right hand. Okay. The beauty of a partner is you have target areas on a person, and the saving grace with us is we kind of picked someone in our weight division, really, rather than, you know, I mean, obviously, I love them and stuff, but yeah. So, notice even for the low kick, I'm picking my knee up. For the simple fact that to crumple with leg kicks, you need downwards. What you can't do is kick upwards, for very obvious reasons for gentlemen. So, I'm going to turn the knee up, it's going to go down, back to my butt. Kick, back, back. You will notice, sorry, my knee didn't deviate. My knee was, I wasn't doing this. Trying to crank it. My knee got in and locked, and it was the foot and the lats that did the work. So one more time, I'm going to go low, mid, high. And then I'm going to put it back. So we're going to do 5. We switch legs and do 5, and then it's our partner's turn. For those of you who don't have a partner, unlucky, you're going to do 10. But you can get yourself on any wall, or a chair, or anything you want to lean on. Again, pick the knee up, low, retract, foot to butt. Kick, retract, and all the time you're doing it, you can't quite do high yet, that's fine. It's a bit like people who do hundreds of terrible press-ups. The quality of the reps is the thing that counts. So if you can only do low, mid, under control, that is better than you going low, mid, high. Okay, far better. You are better off doing quality and keeping your knee in position and maintaining the integrity of your core than you are cheating the reps. Okay, so go through these nice and quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the beauty of this, you can use your partner as a counterbalance. Switch legs, left leg. And again, notice I'm bringing it from way back, so I'm getting full range of motion. 1, low, middle, high. 2, low, back to butt, ooh, high. You can tell he's flinching because this is my bad leg. 3, 4, 5. Now the other partner. If you're on your own, round 2. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I trust you. 5. Switch legs. You'll notice I'm offering my inside leg as a target for him as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And shake it up. Please have a drink if you need to. Done that, then we go.
James. James.
So I'm going to pass over to Mr. Banks to cover roundhouse kicking off the front leg. So obviously you have a front leg and a back leg at all times when you're fighting, hopefully, otherwise you're standing square and you're going to be kicked over. But there's various different ways to do this.
James is about to put the toilet roll and kicking off. So,
James, I don't know if he's still got the videos on his phone, but we were doing a little hook kick roundhouse combination for the toilet roll challenge with me. And I shin kicked him in the head like 4 times in 30 seconds.
In the groin. So,
yeah, I can't explain how that came to be.
okay, right, so front leg roundhouse kick. Okay? So, you have my straight from that way there. So I'm going to be so honest, you can see this is my left leg there, just so you get perspective. Okay, there's lots of different ways you can throw this. Okay? Now, what ideally you want to build up to from a karate point of view is being able to kick from the spot. So there has to be that weight transfer. If my weight is central here, as you can see, it's difficult to pick my leg up without my weight going forwards, because the minute that goes up, there's no base there, so I have to go that way. So I have to go back. So it's a very light back stance. I don't want to go to full mad back here and try and kick like that. I'm too compressed. So I've got to be up straight, and I'm transferring this way here. Now look at this foot. Okay, it's already turned halfway there. Okay, anticipation of the kick. If you want to go from sort of a more sideways-on kickboxing stance, you can, but then you have to do a further pivot. Obviously, bear that in mind. So from the front leg, from the point of view of just throwing a roundhouse kick, okay, foot's planted here, okay, because we're just going to drill it. Again, sparring is going to be that little different emphasis. And pick my knee up. Now look at the weight transfer. So if you watch my head here, I go back. So my weight goes just like this, just like a back stand, shoulder, hip, knee, toe into that position there. Okay, and I'm going to drive my knee up. And the higher my knee gets, the further the foot turns. I'm getting that up from there. Okay, and then I'll extend. So again, all I have to do is think about my leg just doing this step, straightforward extension. The turning of the foot, the pivot, is going to help it turn into a roundhouse kick, so it goes that way. So I'm not just kicking straight up, kicking across. So again, bring it up, bump, and back. Okay, again, keep my arms controlled, head, chin slightly up, breathe in, then. Okay, so it's pivot and back. The quicker that goes, the faster we can go. Okay, if you struggle with that, get your feet closer. Okay. Now, obviously, you don't want to be ever kicking like this close here in terms of sparring, like, because it leaves you very easy to get kicked over or pushed over or control you. Okay, but with being here, I've got more hip mobility, so as I pick my leg up, automatically my foot's going to turn that a little bit more. So ideally, you want to be, okay, if you look at this, it's about from there to here is about 80 centimeters for me. If you're taller, it should be longer. If you're shorter, it should be shorter.
Excuse me 1 second, sorry, I'm just going to get some pads to set up for the next.
Okay, so I want to go into a little bit. So I'm going to bring it up and turn that way, there. Okay, if you need to, get your feet closer to go from there. But what I want you to do is try and do it without stepping the whole time. Okay, try and do it from the spot. So front leg, 10 on one leg, and then we'll switch to 10 on the other leg. So knee up, pivot, kick. Ready? 1, 2. Then keep the arms at 3. Breathe out as you kick. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs, other leg forwards. Again, just jumping because we're just doing this drill. So again, same thing, turn that foot, pick the knee up, kick around. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. Okay? There we go. That's front leg kicking. So as you get more confident with it, get that a little bit wider. Okay, just try and drive it. Get that little pop in your back foot. It's going to make it flick up from the front really quick.
Yeah. So we're just going to take a look at a quick pad drill. If you don't have pads, you can use gloves. You can use sofa cushions. So while I'm talking, you might want to just set yourselves up, then we'll have a look at the pendulum kicking, which is the step up. So you can also, let's be very careful with this, you can use your partner's empty hand. Because bear in mind, this is not power kicking that we're talking about yet. We're talking about technique and pivot and retraction, good retraction.
So the stuff that's useful for line work and your gradings and stuff like that, so where you're not actually kicking anything.
Yeah.
And for that, hello Joe, hello Yvonne, and hello Mr. Farley. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are. Dubai. There you go. International lady of Mary.
Also on lockdown. So we've both put the pad on our right hand, and we've both put our right leg forward. We used to do this drill quite a lot, but getting people to coordinate this is difficult at first, because partnership is like playing tennis. If one of you is a pro and one of you is the 5-year-old who's picked up the racket for the first time, you have to match the level. Otherwise, you are pretty much just hitting the ball for yourself. So you have to be willing to cooperate with the partner. You have to be willing to match pace. And we do this all the time together. So the beauty of this is you have to hold your arms under control. You have to stay tight. Okay? And we're both going to be in kicking range. So obviously, if you have a partner who's a giant, this gets a little bit more technical. You start bringing the pad across you. Okay, but I'm going to apply that exact same principle Mr. Banks just talked about. So up, kick, knee ups, kick, eye up, kick, kick. So we start with that. And then we're just going to do 10 together to show you. If you want to do 10 with us, get your pads in position. So this is 10 each. So it'll be 20 total. You will hear me count to 20. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Mr. Branch, you've always got to be ready for at least 2 more. So we put pad on the left hand, the left leg goes in front. So we notice we're facing in opposite directions all the time. And we are being good partners. What I'm not doing is going and then having a big delay while I get this back here. I'm keeping it tight. So again, we're going to do 20 on the left leg. Ready? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's the front leg drill. Now, pendulum kicking. And again, we'll show you this with the partner in a second. Pendulum is the stepping up. I won't cover my magical slide today because that really applies more to side kick. I'll do it this way. So, pendulum, well, you have to bear in mind, every way in, you have to have a way out. Otherwise, what's going to happen, you're going to go in, you're going to kick, you're going to land in the danger zone. So, slowly, I go up, knee up, kick, back, down. Together, kick, together, down. You will not do it that pronounced when you spar. The simple reason that they're going to see you do that, and you're going to get sweat. So skip, skip, skip. Okay, so we're going to have a go 10 on each leg. Then we're going to have a go at 5 on each leg with a partner. Hopefully you've all found a partner by now. If not, steal Bob for a second. If you've got a bag, so you've got that as an option as well at all times. Or if your children have really irritated you today, just stand them there and tell them don't move for mommy. So, directional sideways or forwards, sir? Right, so I'm going to start with our right leg. So remember, back foot, the left foot moves first. We're going to do 5 slowly and then 5 fast. So ready, left foot steps up, front leg kicks, put it back and step back. 2, step up, kick, down, back. 3, up, kick, down, back. 4, up, kick, down, back. 5, up, kick, down, back. Now, 5 nice and fast. So you've got to get the feeling of a little bit of rebound here. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change sides. Nice and slow. So right leg steps up. Step up, kick, down, 1. Up, kick, down, 2. Up, kick, down, 3. Up, kick, down, 4. Up, kick, down, 5. Now with a bit of skip, bit of rebound. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. The partner version. You'll have to excuse me. I really don't have COVID.
Hello, Mr. Stokes. Just go say hello to all the people. Nice.
Mr. Banks likes to say hello. I think he's lonely because I'm not that talkative at home. So, pedal the right hand. Now, with this and a partner, you have to, again, be cooperative, one, and aware, two. Because obviously, if he's standing there switched off, and I do the skip up, he's here, just put my pad there, sir. But think about something else, think about cheese. So, if I'm just picking up and kicking, range is not an issue. If I step up and kick, range has suddenly become an issue because I'm about this much closer and it will hit you in the face. So, what will happen is a sir comes towards me as he steps up, and I skip back. Now watch, as he skips out, I skip up. So I skip out and he skips in. So now what should happen? Oh, don't worry about switching off. If you pendulum at the same time, you will never hit each other. But again, you have to find the rhythm with your partner. So we're going to do 5 each on both sides. If this is the first time you're doing this, take it nice and steady. You can do a few more if you like while we're talking, but build yourself up nice and slowly to this. Don't just assume that this is going to go at 1 billion miles an hour straight away, because it's not. So, are you going first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woohoo! Switch sides. You notice Mr. Banks did what we would call the slide there. The slide is classic points fighting tradition. It's also the version you do when you're aware you need to be closer, but pendulum has gone. Sometimes you'll go to pendulum and what will happen is your foot will go forward, your front foot will lead. Particularly common with boxers because they know they have to close the range, so they'll go weight forward briefly. So make sure it's always your back foot driving. You going first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the drill with a partner. Again, start slow, build it up. The last place you want to be right now is accident and emergency. Right.
Okay, right, jump, roundhouse then. Yes. Okay, so there was sort of 2 really main ways you can throw a jump roundhouse kick. You have the skip up method, this way, okay, or the pop up. You go from there and kick from the front. Okay, so both of you will be kicking from the front.
I've got 2 more as well.
Oh, there you go. So I'll show 2 and then Mark will show 2. So skip up. Again, that same principle. I want to skip forwards, my foot already turned out. So I always think about it as I'm passing a football. Okay, so the foot's already there. And again, I want a slight bend of this knee here. I don't want to be completely like I do it this way. I don't want that. Because I want to jump and then I'll be doing like this. So relax and skip through this way here. Okay, and up there. Again, I'm not overcommitting too much yet. Getting that idea. So my foot's already there now. If that's already pivoted, as I throw the kick, I'll do it towards you, and I'll have it bang on my head. Okay, automatically it comes around. Your foot's turned that way, that means my hip has to turn out that way. Okay, and so if that's happening, I'm going to get that kick round. Okay, so pass it forwards, and look, my foot goes in front of my other foot. And if we're going here, the momentum was going to stop there, and I have to go change really quickly. The higher I bring that up, there. Okay, and then as you get more confident, bring your foot higher and bring it to there. So I'm going to do the sideways so I don't bang my head. Okay, if you want to also do the sideways, please do. Okay, so left leg in front, body up. Don't have flare. I'm not going to be able to jump where being compressed down. I've got to be up straight as I can. Okay, I'm going to look up. It's easy for me to jump. So go there, my hips go forward. I'm going to go that way. But look down, hips go down. I'm going to jump that way. Okay, so I'm going to try and jump up as much as I can. So I'm going to go hide one leg, switch the other. So left leg forward. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch legs. Right leg in front. Left leg in front. Bring it up. Leg it round. 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one 5. Back. Right, now the pop-up one. So I'm going to keep my right leg in front for this one. So I'm going to jump straight up to get this. Okay, my hands are going to help bring my momentum up as well. Well, don't be rigid, look. I've not really have any momentum there. So my arms are going to be loose so I can flick as I throw the kick. Okay, so I go jump and kicks there. Okay, So, looking up, and we jump straight up and down the spot. Okay, this is quite good for pad work because most of the time when people are holding pads to jump around, they're still static. You have to do the skip forward, you have to get the distance right every time. If you're here, if you touch the pad, you can kick it, basically. Okay, so jumping up and then flick the leg out. Now, if you want to go really high with the kick, you pull your knees higher. Just like with any kick, the higher my knee goes, the higher the kick will go. If I want to go sort of like this height, I can just kick straight from there. If I want to go higher, I've got to pull my knee up higher. So watch, if I just do a normal jump, just like here, I'll pull my knee up, yeah, kick up high, kick up there. Okay, so we're going to do the same.
In fact, you're going to do high ones, please don't go near those things. You were over it with the second one.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we do right leg first this time, 5, and switch, left leg 5. So from the front, knees up, kick out. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch legs, straight away, go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. There we go. Okay.
Right, my only add-ons, because obviously we have our own distinct styles. We're actually, if you look at us on paper, very different fighters. So mine are off the back leg. I think more relevant if you're a power kicker. So if you were going to throw it for stuff like K1 MMA, probably more relevant. The pop-up one is the one I don't really favour. I'm not a very explosive person, so it doesn't suit me, whereas he's always been very explosive. So looking at it from a back leg perspective, kaboom. So back leg perspective, I'm throwing my right leg, but it's my back leg, because you will notice Mr. Banks' technique was, in essence, a front leg technique. I'm going to go off the back leg. So I call this over the fence. I'm going to use this line in the middle to illustrate my point. I'm going to pick, imagine that I'm opening this front hip up. So obviously to bring this back leg round, I need this to happen. I'm not going to be able to, I watch lots of people try and throw back leg kicks from kind of here, and you've made it so hard because it's a full 180. So this might be more relevant, particularly if you've got tie checks or something in your repertoire. I'm going to open this leg up and I'm going to go over the fence. Over, kick. So I'm bringing it up, over the little fence, kick. Okay, these are just little extra additions. The pop-up one, if it's your back leg, again, knees up, turn tight. But I'm going to think about throwing that front leg foot, that back leg through, sorry. We have to check because the beams are really low here. So I'm going to bend and throw. Bend, knee forward, throw it round. Okay. So it's just some food for thought. How are we doing for time, sir?
We've got about 15 minutes left. 15.
Ooh, we better speed on. So moving on to 360. 360, again, a lot of people, you need to cheat the thing. I see a lot of people make it really hard for themselves because, okay, I'll use hopefully you see the cross on the floor. I don't know how good the camera quality is there. First of all, they'll come up to it and they will stand like this. So from where I am now, the 360 is all the way around. I am facing the way I'm going to face. So I have to go all the way, all the way, all the way, all the way and round. What I need to do is start cutting it short early. So I'm going to take this position. So now I'm 180 away from where I need to ultimately be. I am going to drag my back foot round. So from here, I'm going to turn. Okay. The more of me I can get round in one go, the easier this will be. If you imagine me on a clock right now, I'm looking at 12. My belly button is actually facing 3. So my belly button is from where it will eventually be when I finish the kick. I'm 3/4 of the way around already. The drag is going to take me as far as it possibly can. Ideally, this drag is going to take me around to at least the 9. Okay? At least. In an ideal world, because obviously this is, because it's constant momentum, this is an ever-changing situation. So what you can't have is 1, 2, It will change constantly. It's just the timing of when in the circle you pick it up that's relevant. So I'm going to drag. When I get to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, this knee's going to come up and it's going to be pointing towards the 12. Don't pick your knee up pointing at 7, because now you have to drag yourself that far through the air. If I drag and pick it up at 11, I only have to drag myself through this much circle. And I'm opening my hip up, so again it means that my pivot is strong on the end. So this is really difficult to do in slow motion because I'm fighting gravity. But I drag round. Okay. It's the same principle as that 1-2 of a jump front kick. So I'm going to do 3 slow for you. I hope you do them with me, and then we'll do 3 fast. So, Mr. Banks, if you stand next to me, hopefully we don't kill each other on this endeavour. So again, we're both sideways. We're going to turn. My left leg is in front. I've started with my bad leg for some reason, but we're going to turn backwards. So turn away from the way you're going and drag your back foot in. When I get round, I'm going to keep turning my hips, 10 o'clock. I open over the fence, kick. There's 1, so I'm back in position. Belly button at 3, looking to 12. Turn your head, turn your body, flip it round. Leg up at 10, hop over the fence. There's 2. Belly button at 3, drag and turn, pick up at 10, up and over. So now you're going to do it full speed. Again, if you're new, your full speed will not be the same as my full speed. So Mr. Banks and I are going to do 3, hopefully without damage to property. Go. 1, 2, and 3. Change legs. Right leg forward. But this time, you still have your clock. Belly button's at 9. I'm going to turn towards 6. Drag the back foot. Pick the foot up at 2. Hop. Kick to 12. There's 1. Drag the back foot in. Pick it up at 2. Hop and kick 3. Last 1. Turn. Knee up at 2. Kick 3. So now, fast. And remember, timing is everything. When you pick it up is everything. Go 1, 2, and 3. And shake it off. Right. Mr. Banks is going to you for abs now.
Good, right. Let me just try something because I'm getting a bit washed out with the sun. I've also Britain's got almost a sunny. My magical go-to.
Ooh.
That's a little better.
Bear with us, everybody. To be fair, we would not anticipate England being sunny.
That's rubbish. Oh, well, we'll have to do it. Whatever.
I don't have any more solutions.
Yeah, it means the piece of code. Okay, right, so, out. Okay, so we're going to do some planks, we're going to do some side planks, but we're going to get on knees to driving the knees up. Okay? Hello, Lisa. Hello, Warren. How are you guys doing? So, elbow down plank first of all. So, this simple one to start with. So, I'm going to bring my knees up to the side. So, imagine I'm on the floor here. I'm going to bring my knee up. Now, look, to help my back, I'm going to turn towards it. Okay? So, I'm compressing into it. I don't want to be here, sort of looking away and trying to lift that leg up. I just want to do it. So, I'm going to look towards it.
For those of you who struggle with the elbows down plank and this, because I always feel like I don't have room, you can also do this straight armed. What I would say, straight arm does not mean you can allow your body to sag and let your abs be compromised. Yeah. So I will do the straight armed version for you. Mr. Banks will show you the bent arm version.
Okay.
I'll go back to
we're going to do 1 minute. If you get tired, what we need to do is drop to the floor, count to 10 nice and quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and get back up and do it again. There's no point doing 10, 15 seconds and stopping for the whole minute. You're better off doing little intervals of it than you are just doing it once and stopping after a few seconds. Okay? So I will be here facing towards you, and my strain will be there. Okay? So in the infant position, make sure I watch your set. Okay, remember, keep that there, foot slightly up, till you hit 40, we're going to make it that a little bit harder. Remember to breathe. 3, 2, 1, start on your left. Up, back, 2. Here we go. 15 seconds gone. Keep going.
That's not compensating anyway.
It is. These times going down. Halfway. Keep going. Over. You need to rest. Rest for 10 seconds, quick as you can, and then straight back up. 15 seconds left. Last 10. Last 3. And time. Cool. Right. So now you do side plank. Okay, so depending on how comfortable you are with side plank, the right arm's here, right foot's on the side, lift it up, left foot's on top. Okay, and take my arm off and I bring the knee up and back. If you find that too difficult, just hold this position. If you find this too difficult, put your hand down, support it this way here. And then if you need to, for extra balance or for like to help yourself, put your top foot slightly in front. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 supports, rather than just 1 and 2. Okay, you do 30 seconds on one leg and switch straight over. Okay, if you need to drop down. If you're going to make it a little bit harder, I'll do this sideways. So you don't disengage your core at all. Hand goes inside, look, go straight over, and then you're ready to go straight off. Okay, so we're going to do 30 seconds. 5 seconds to turn to the side, and then another 30 seconds. Right, ready? In position, you start any side because you work both sides anyway. Ready. 3. Again, harder one is to bring your knee straight up as you're going to do a kick. 3, 2, 1, go. Knee up. Ten seconds gone already. Again, try and push this side towards the ceiling as much as you can to keep your obliques locked in. See, only 10 seconds left already. Here we go. Last 5. Ready to change? 3, 2, 1, change. 5 seconds from this position. 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry that you're looking at my butt.
I thought it was about my turn. But nobody needs to see my butt.
10 seconds gone. Halfway. There's your last 5. 3, 2, 1, and relax.
For those of you who heard that, that was my ankle.
Okay. Right then. Okay. Now, just that's good. You're going to do knee to elbows. Okay, so you learn to drive your knee up, twisting your body into it. So, we're going to do, if you're lower level, you're already struggling with your abs, you're already feeling them, you do 20. Okay, that's each individual side. If you're intermediate, you do 40, and if you're good, you're going to do 60.
Just be clear, 60 is 1, 2,
yes,
3.
So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, if you're struggling with this, put your feet down. Again, I want the angle of this. So my core's already engaged when we start. There, look, it's relaxed and poke myself. Here it's engaged. Looking forwards, I'm not going to sit there because I'm getting blinded. Okay, so looking forwards, and I'm going knee to elbow, that way. I'll relax my wrist so I can push it into the side there. Okay, you're going to put these out fairly quickly. Okay, so I'm driving my knees up and get my elbow across. So either beginners 20, intermediate 40, advanced 60. Okay, get yourself a breath in position. I'll leave it down to you to count because I can't see it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. That's 20 for me. That's 40 for me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
60.
Cool. Okay. So a little bit of abs work for you there, hopefully feeling that a little bit. And right, stretching to finish off then before we all enjoy our weekend, hopefully with a bit of sunshine.
Yeah. Or Saturday. Saturday showdown. Where I kick your butt.
Yeah, you will.
Have you been studying the PowerPoint? Of course you haven't.
I'm going to cram tomorrow like I always do.
Winging it.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so.
Oh, Ben's commented.
Who?
Need it on the 2 middle windows. All right. Well, you see, it looks like you can see me. Oh.
What?
Ken's internet's rubbish, not mine for a change.
Woo, that's good. This is not us.
Yeah,
so, we'll start with just some basic stretching to get yourself into it, and then we'll move on to some partner stretching. And
hello, Mr. Hackett.
Hello, Mr. Hackett. Hello, all the Hackett children. Hello, Caroline Hackett, who probably likes gin right now. She has to put it with loads of people kicking in her house. Luckily, she's doing lots of lovely art, so she's all keeping an eye out for Mrs. Hackett's art. It's all rather lovely. So, before, come on.
Yes, great big 60. Great big 60.
Oh, what? Here is your top. Right, so, horse riding stance, push the knees out, turn the toes out, little rock. Okay. Now, here we go. Down left, heels flat. Okay. Remember, this knee needs to push out as much as you can. If you want to posture up, open your hips out, you can. Change sides, open the hips up. Okay, change sides again, toes up to the ceiling. Remember, you put this hand behind, sink into it all the time. This knee stays pushing out. Change sides, down. Sometimes I like to grab my own ankle here and use it to lever my knee out. Occasionally you'll hear bones clip on me as well. That's entirely normal. Okay, drop to the other side again. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn onto the ball of this foot, and I'm going to push. Concentrate, straight back leg, and this hip, this back hip, I'm going to push it down. It's not so much that I'm trying to get my knee to the floor, I'm trying to get my hip down. Okay, drop down to the other side. Turn onto the ball of the foot, straight leg, and hip down. All hip into it. Okay, we're just going to do a little yoga movement that I like. So, I'm not going to go into this formally. Okay, now crouch down, hands forward, and then push your butt back. Downward dog. I know the names even if I don't know yoga. So what I'm going to do, my right leg I'm going to start with. I'm going to push it up, and I'm going to crunch in towards my hands. Notice I push myself forward with my toes, back, kick it straight up again. Okay, forwards, I'm going to kick it up, and I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to reach and touch the floor behind me. I'm going to step it forwards to the outside of my hand, push down. Step your leg back, push your butt back. Feel that stretch into your calves. Here you can give, just turn sideways. Give your knees a little wiggle if you want to. Just ease your legs into the idea. So now left leg, pick it up, rock forwards. Straight back up again, rock it forwards, and now up, turn it up, so you're opening the hip up. Back down, push back, knees down, push back to open your lower back. Now, we're going to do some hip opening up here. So we're going to start with the dead frog. Not a yoga term, I've just made it up. So I'm going to put my elbows down, and I'm going to push my knees outwards. So the feeling I'm getting here is I'm opening my hips up, dropping down the floor. Sometimes I'll do a little rock here. Bear in mind, very gently, okay? Not, because you're forcing your hips into positions they're not supposed to go. Okay, sometimes I'll just lean side to side so I get one hip and the other hip.
Jennifer, try some combos.
Woohoo! Hello HB. Another lady also running fitness classes online, by the way. We've all gone online. We've all gone rogue. Life will never be the same, all these mad women online. So I'm going to straighten one leg out, inside this knee, and I'm going to push out. This is a pretty good forerunner to the box split. However, I am going to show you one detail that I consider to be quite important, and jiu-jitsu people will get me. When I'm sitting like this, notice that I'm on the top of my foot, and all the time my hands are on the floor. Don't do this. It is terrible for your knees. Okay? So be gentle with yourself at all times. Okay, other side, push it out. I'm on the top of my foot, and I'm just sitting into it. Okay. All the time. Just relaxing in. I'm going to push up. Okay, both feet out and down. Put your elbows on the floor. When you're ready, you can bring your hands in, toes up, push out. Oh, I'm so close. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm going to cry, but I'm happy. Gently come out of the stretch. However you want to come out is fine. If you're not that close to the floor, it pays to walk your feet in and stand there rather than slam into the floor. Right, we're just going to do a little bit of partner stretching and belt stretching for specifically circular, what I would call, let's call them side kicks, so things that require you to open your hips up. So, I'm just going to borrow Mr. Banks. If he can get up. Oh, that's a noise we like to call approaching 40. Although Jen Harrison Baker's probably judging you right now, and I don't blame her. Now, if you're not that flexible, Mr. Banks is going to make a horse riding stance, so he's a lower platform. But also, if you're a good partner, hold their hand. Okay, not like they're made of poop, so you're actually providing support. When I pick my foot up for sideways kicks, the important thing is that no matter what happens, you see how my foot goes across the back of his neck. Okay, and he's going to slowly stand up. Okay, I'm making sure at all times that I'm not cheating. Cheat here. You'll notice on some sides my hip pushes back a little bit. I'm going to push in. I'm going to posture up. I'm going to open up from my hips. The biggest cheat people do is this. That's not my hips anymore. That's my hamstring. Okay, this is to open my hips up. Okay, when you come out of it, he lowers himself slowly. I retract properly and down. Same principle as weightlifting. Mr. Banks gave me a proper telling off the other day for picking up a kettlebell like this. Those of you who weight train are flinching because you're right, but I did not enjoy my telling off. So on the side, he squats down. My foot goes across the back of his neck. I get my pivoting foot in place, and he slowly stands up. And all the time, I'm keeping my toes that way. Don't cheat. Turn yourself over. Woohoo! See, good partner. High five for you. He lowers down. I retract properly and down. We switch over. So when I grab, I squat. And you know, again, notice the proper pickup as well. I go up. He's super bendy in this department right now. Notice he's pushing this hip forwards. I lower it down. Copy. He retracts. And then, that was kind of my fault. I can't explain why I grabbed the back of your leg there. It goes across the back of my neck. And notice, I stand up slowly. Okay, I stand up slowly. I don't just ram upwards and hope that their hips take it. Okay. If you're going to loop over their leg, like I'm doing, excuse me, hasn't shaved his legs, terrible woman. Make sure that you're just resting it on them, that you're not going on their knee. Bad idea. Just gently cut their leg, tell them it's going to be okay. Then I'm going to go down, let him retract, put it back down. Okay. Would you like to do the pulling one, sir, or are we running out of time?
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so we have a selection. These are the ones on the floor. This one's on the floor, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So I have little resistance bands. I'm always a bit wary of resistance bands personally because my experience is unbreakable really doesn't mean unbreakable. It doesn't mean anything. It means everything has a breaking point. You'll find it eventually. But Mr. Banks is going to do the pulley version. So mine involves me being on the floor. Okay. We did this exercise earlier. I personally like to put my foot in the resistance band. So it's encouraging me to keep control of my feet. I'm going to pull in, okay, and then I'm going to extend upwards. Now, I should be flat, ideally, but the beauty of a resistance band is you always have that little bit of flex in it. Okay, don't get to the point where you're, because if it snaps, you're going to pay. Okay, and you can just rock in position, bring it back in, push it down. Okay, a little bit of push on the end. In, up, stretch it over. You can also do this, and hopefully I'll find one in a second, with your karate belt. So while Mr. Banks demonstrates the pulley one to you, oh, thank you.
Okay, so again, I've used a hand wrap. You can use the belt. It's exactly the same principle. Okay, it's just a little bit thinner. So exactly the same thing. I pull in, I extend up, and if I need to, I can pull over there. So I can pull it in and get more this way here. Okay. Try and keep my toes not on my knee. I don't want to twist it sort of like this and pull it across that way there. That's working against my knee. And work it all together. Pull it in. If I want to go here, I can put it around the back of my head, and I can use my head to pull it that a little bit further if you find you're struggling with your arms. As long as it doesn't hurt yourself and cut your own back of your head off. Okay? And then bring it in, extend out the same. If you were to do this for side kick, then you'd go for this way and you go up and you can pull in across that way there. Obviously, different emphasis of pulling the side of my foot rather than the top there. Okay?
One last one. We are kind of blessed to have beams in here. There's actually one of these going around on Facebook. Now, I've never actually tested this before, so I'm going to test this live for you now. I'm going to put my foot in it. I'm going to use the pulley. Ooh, that's nice. To pull my foot up. Now, actually, the beauty of this that I hadn't really considered the Facebook thing, because the Facebook thing goes over a door, which I'm always wary of because of the number of chin-up bars you see fall off doors. But the beauty with this is pulling me up towards my leg. It's not allowing me to hang. Although if I do hang, oh, that's an awesome stretch. So if you have got a beam and you're really flexible, try this. I wouldn't be doing something like this if you're not flexible or you have doubts about your balance. Because every time I see it on Facebook, I think, that's a lovely stretch, but that could go really, really wrong. But I've just shown you there now. It's nice that you are counterbalancing your own leg and you have control over how high or low it goes. So I hope you've enjoyed the roundhouse kicking exercise for today.